There's a reason the Goblin Machine is the statistically most used card in Merge Tactics. So there's actually a website for Merge Tactics API called mergetacticsbuild.com, and it's sort of similar to Royal API. So you know how Royal API has all that data? Merge Tactics Build has that data as well. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just thought it was a cool site to mention. And it actually says that the most used card in the game is the Goblin Machine, which has like a 39% usage rate, I believe, which is actually insane to me because I didn't expect, well, number one, I didn't know there was data like that online, and number two, I didn't expect the machine to be so high up. And guys, I actually believe the Goblin Machine is the best card in the game because he has the two best traits in the game, the Juggernaut and the Goblins. The Goblins, of course, good early game. Juggernaut's always good throughout the entire game. His stats are pretty decent, and his ability of stunning is just absolutely insane, in my opinion. Let's sell the Knight here, and then I think we should go for the Goblin Machine here, and then we'll have two Juggernauts and the Goblin. So we're already activating both of the machine's traits. However, our opponent here does have the 2-star Wizard and the 2-star Giant Skeleton, so I don't think we're going to end up beating him. But guys, the Goblin Machine is a very versatile card because you can either use him early game for that Goblin trait. I don't even know how he got this many 2-stars. Or you could just use him in the later rounds to capitalize on his very strong ability and the Juggernaut trait. But basically, guys, if you haven't seen, we did hit 20,000 subscribers, so I'm very excited and I'm very grateful to every single one of you guys. So in today's video, it's going to be a bit more special. And I did this last time when I hit 10,000. Let's go for the P.E.K.K.A here. And I think I'll probably sell this. Try to get a cycle going here, guys. And let's just try to buy cheap, and hopefully we could just farm up a little bit. Yeah, we're actually getting a pretty decent cycle here, guys, so I'm very excited about that. Let's go for the Wizard. And then now, guys, let's just try to end off with something decent here. Let's go for the Dart. And then let's go for the whatever that dude's name is called. And then let's put this guy in, and we have the Juggernauts, and we have the Noble trait. So pretty good traits here, guys. Our star levels are also decent. However, this guy's star levels are a bit higher than ours, unfortunately. But I think we could probably go for the Throwers here. So maybe the Musketeer, and I would say possibly the Baby Dragon here because our opponent does have an Xe, so maybe let's try to avoid that. But fortunately, guys, we are going to get at least a third place, and maybe our Dark Goblin can actually take out the Valkyrie. But basically, guys, it's going to be a bit more personal because what I did for my 10K sub special is I played the game, but while playing the game, I also kind of talked about how I got into content creation and things like that. So let's try and go for I would say the Musketeer if possible, or we could even go for the Baby Dragon as well. We actually 3-star that guy. Brilliant stuff here, guys. Let's go for the Mega Knight and then the Baby Dragon as well, and hopefully we can get at least one other good thrower here. Okay, that's actually really bad. We can go for the Skeleton King. Wait, is it 5? Oh, we're facing the dead guy. Thank God. Let's go for the Goblin Machine here, guys. And do they have all the throwers? No, they don't even have any of the Musketeers, so I guess it's just kind of unlucky. But basically, what I noticed is that I've noticed that a lot content creation was way more prevalent than I thought. I feel like most people have at least tried to make content at least once in their life. Maybe that's when they're a kid, or maybe that's kind of when they've grown up, realized maybe a hobby or a passion they have and wanted to just kind of share that with the rest of the world. So that was something interesting. We could sell this, and we just need to go for a thrower if we can. I think I'll probably sell that. Dude, we just need a Musketeer. Like, hello? Can I just get a Musketeer? Okay, we actually did get a Musketeer there, but I'll probably put this guy in, and beautiful stuff. We're going to get a 3-star Baby Dragon here, guys. Let's go for the Musketeer, upgrade that again, and then let's try and go for, okay, we actually get another Musketeer. I could probably sell that guy, and then go for Xe, and then we're in a pretty decent spot now. So ideally, guys, with this comp, you want to replace the Knight with the Goblin Machine. However, the beautiful thing with the machine is you actually don't need to run it in a lot of cases because of how flexible it is. So, like, for example, in this case, because we could actually maybe get the 3-star Skeleton King, no? I believe I sold one off, but basically, in this case, he's pretty replaceable in a lot of comps. So unlike with a lot of other comps where you're kind of forced to go with him, you actually don't have to go for him. Thank goodness, guys, we get a 3-star Skeleton King there, boys. Beautiful, beautiful stuff here. I'm going to go for the machine, though I doubt I'll honestly need him just because I have the 3-star Knight and the 3-star other guy, the Skeleton King, which is obviously a very powerful troop here, guys. But we'll still go for either way. And I think, honestly, I don't think we could really upgrade anything much else here, to be honest. So we could probably just keep that. Maybe actually 3-star the Prince now that we have 3 copies. Because I doubt anyone's really like trying to go for the Prince at this point of the game. Yeah, 3-star the Prince. Very beautiful stuff. We're against the dead guy as well. So very good position here, guys. But I basically, in the last video, I talked about my motivations behind content creation, how I got into it. So in this video, guys, I'm going to explain an update in my journey of content creation, and this is a pretty big one. So I would actually, um, I don't know, it's really interesting in my opinion, in a bad way. So I'll explain that momentarily. But yeah, again, as a reminder, this video is gonna have a bit more yapping. So if that's not your style, it's just a warning up ahead. So just yeah, a warning up ahead. So let's maybe even try upgrading or maxing out the Musketeer. Beautiful. We actually 3-star. If we can 3-star the giant skeleton, then that's literally the picture perfect comp, basically. Except for the machine not being in here, of course. But if we could 3-star that guy, I think he has. He did 3-star, unfortunately, himself. But the prince is not bad, to be honest. So I think we're in an okay spot here, guys. But I just wanted to give an update regarding content creation with you guys and just my life. And I think I'll make this a tradition, I guess, if you guys do enjoy this. Maybe every 10K subscribers milestone, I'll kind of give you guys an update. So yeah, so a few days ago, my uncle called me, and he calls me a few times every once in a while, but just to check up and things like that. But he called me a few days ago, and it was pretty nasty. I guess in my opinion, it's pretty disrespectful, the things he said. So he calls me a lot just to kind of talk about like school and stuff. He claims to be very hard on me, because he loves me or something like that. Which I mean, it's understandable. Like a lot of people just have like, especially family members, they can seem a bit tough, but they have good intentions. So of course that's like, okay, yeah, sure. That's understandable, I guess. But I don't even think we could really block anything of use. Maybe just block the queen, I would say, if we could. But other than that, I think we're pretty set. But he calls me, and the first thing he says is, "Hey Tyler, remember that." By the way, my name is Tyler. If you guys didn't know, he says, "Hey Tyler, remember that school is your #1 priority." Okay, he said, "Hey, I'm calling to remind you that school is your #1 priority." And just to give you guys some context, before that, I called him maybe a week ago, and then he saw my channel. He's like, "Oh, cool, you got a channel and stuff." But he basically called me just to say that, "Oh, remember your school's your #1 priority." And he mentions my channel. He's like, "Oh, it's a cool thing that you built this little community here. That's cool and all, but just remember that that's just your hobby. It's nothing more. You gotta focus on school." But the way he said it, now at face value, that's like, oh, that's fine. Like he's just saying like just focus on school. Like of course that's like a given. And of course that's a given for me. Like he said that many times. I'm Asian, obviously, and guys, for some context, if you don't know, Asian people are very strict, right? They kind of cement this mindset since a young age that school is your #1 priority in life, and that is you should always place heavy importance on it. You should always get good grades, and the Asian mindset is you should get good grades so that you can go to a good college and so that you can get a good job in the future and make money. They sort of equate making a lot of money to success, to happiness in life. And basically where I'm trying to go with this, I think we should probably just no, we could actually sell this guy and go for the princess for the ranges, I would say. We do get a merge in the next round. So that's some context for you guys to understand this perspective that he's coming through with. So I'm used to it by now, because that's what I've grown up with, right? But the next thing he says, if he just left it off that, like, oh, just prioritize school, remember, that's fine, right? But what he said after that is he kept pushing it. He didn't just say it once. He was like, remember, that's nothing more, okay? This is your hobby, and that is nothing more. Just prioritize school. That is way more important. This is just your hobby. And he just kept repeating that. And what he said after that is what really kind of broke me, in the sense that it really upset me. And let's actually sell these guys, and let's just try to cycle a little bit here, guys. Let's go for the giant skeleton, go for the cheapest cars, and we don't get anything, which is fine, but our traits right now are pretty decent, so it's not the end of the world. What he said is, yeah, remember to do well in school. It's cool and all that you got this little hobby and stuff, but we expect more from you. He literally said, oh, it's cool that you have this little hobby and stuff, but we expect more from you, okay? And that just really upset me, because basically he was downplaying my channel. Basically that's just straight up what it is. He was insulting it. And look, to most people maybe that don't care as much about their channel, that's fine. But for me, YouTube is the most fulfilling, most important thing that okay, we're just getting 0 merges as well. Okay, let's actually try to go for these guys, and let's do this for now, and then I guess comp buys it's fine, but we're just not getting any merges, which kind of sucks here, guys. If we lose, we lose. I don't know, it's not really my problem, but that's basically what he was saying. And from my perspective, guys, I upload daily on YouTube, and the reason I upload daily is not, oh, so I can maybe get the most watch hours I can, or or just earn the most money I can. No, I don't care about making money. The reason I make YouTube videos and I upload daily is because I genuinely love what I do. I genuinely love what I do. Every single day I wake up and I just look forward to making a video, and I spend hours a day brains like thinking of ideas, coordinating thumbnails, um, recording itself, live streaming, making shorts. The reason I spend hours every single day and also just playing the game is because I love making content, because I love interacting with this community I built, which is you guys. I love making videos, of course, teaching people about the game, talking about not just the game. Of course, the game is fun, but for me, the game is sort of an outlet to talk with you guys and, of course, just do that. So we have a merge lined up. I'll probably just save it for the next round here, guys. But that is why I love content creation. I absolutely love it. For me, it's my number one passion. And for me, interest wise, it's my number one priority. Now, of course, school, if we're talking about just objective priorities, like, oh, what do I need to do? I have to do school. School is a non negotiable thing, of course, because I need to do well in school so that I get a stable job, decently high paying job, at least in the future. Of course, that's a non negotiable, logically, and of course, just in general. But if we're talking about passion, I don't care about school. Like, am I passionate about? By the way, to put this into perspective, guys, I'm a CS major. Do I care about programming? I despise programming. It is one of the most boring things I have ever done in my entire life. Anyways, guys, we need to go absolutely bonkers here and try to get some more merges. Unfortunately, we just don't get any more merges, but we could just go for these double juggernauts here, I guess, and that's all the moves we can make in this round, I would say. But I don't care at all about school, about programming. None of that has any sort of interest to me whatsoever. So, in terms of passions, this is what I love to do. And I wake up every single day loving making videos and talking with you guys. So, for the fact that I spend every day loving what I do, putting all of this time and effort just for this guy who's not even my parent to be like, oh, by the way, for you, this should be your hobby. It's a mere hobby, nothing more. It's insignificant. For him to say that is just outright insulting and disrespectful. Okay, let's go for now. We just have to sell and try to cycle a bit here, guys, because we're absolutely late. So let's just try to do that here, guys. We might be able to catch up, maybe 3-star ghost if we can. Giant skeleton upgrade, that beautiful stuff here, guys. I mean, to be fair, this game mode is kind of an RNG off, but we may have lost an RNG off. I don't know. I think, okay, if we do this, our Golden Knight may be able to get a kill onto this Goblin Machine and could go crazy. I don't know, though. Like, it's a battle of his machine versus mine, to be on, or his Golden Knight versus mine. So it's going to be kind of crazy. Unfortunately, his machine's going to get that kill. So I think his wins, but look, I mean, it's chaos. Like, it's just gambling at this point. We can just move on to the next game. And so in that call, I was just straight up listening, and of course I'm not just gonna like hang up on him, but he was saying that, and that's what was going through my mind. Okay, like, wow, I love what I do every single day. I put all this effort into it, and here this guy is just saying, oh, this is a mere hobby. Like, I'm sorry, but you don't get to define. Don't let other people define what you should prioritize in life. Okay, let me just say that. Do not let other people tell you what you should and should not do. Obviously, of course, like, unless this is like legal or like you're making like a very wrong decision, okay? But in terms of where your interests lie, do not let other people control you like that. That's where I was sitting. I was just sitting in the call. I was so upset. I didn't know what to say. I was just sitting there like, okay, I'm waiting for this guy to end the call because I was so just pissed off. Like, quite honestly, I was pissed off. I was like, wow, are you really just calling me just to basically shit on my number one passion and what I love doing every single day? Is that really the type of guy you are? Like, that just really reveals a lot about your character. And the next thing he says, okay, guys, let's go for this merge here on this wizard. But if you don't get straight A's, you're going to get whooped. And he says this multiple times. He calls me every once in a while, and he says this multiple times. And I like, at this point, I think he's being serious. I think he's genuinely being serious. I originally I thought it was a joke. I was like, oh, haha, like this guy is being like just completely serious, and I don't really know what to say, to be honest. But also, when is that one game where I can get the decent RNG at, guys? I don't know. I'm just kind of waiting for that game. But he just straight up says, by the way, if you don't get straight A's, remember you're gonna get whooped. And to me, that's like, oh, okay, so you're, first of all, you disrespect what I do. And secondly, okay, we're just gonna lose. Can I get some good luck for once? First of all, he disrespects something that I care about, okay? And secondly, he threatens to whoop me if I don't get good grades. So he's basically forcing me what to do. Now, obviously, school is a priority to me. I know that. That's the mindset I've grown up my entire life with. So at this point, it just seems like he's saying that just to say it. And is that funny? Is that funny to any of you guys? Let me know in the comments if that's funny, because to me, that's not funny. Threatening physical abuse for doing something that, you know, basically threatening physical abuse whatsoever is not funny to me. Okay, that's just not something that should be happening. That is a very serious matter. And the fact that this guy repeatedly says that is disgusting. I am ashamed to call this guy my uncle. But anyways, guys, we are getting 0 RNG. I'm sorry that you guys are witnessing all these losses. I wish I could reprogram the game. Hey, maybe that's what I should do with my CS career. But anyways, guys, it's just straight up disrespectful. So the fact that he disrespects my passion, what I love to do, that he knows nothing about, how much I care about, and then he threatens to whip me. He's basically forcing me to live the life that he wants me to live. And he's basically taking away all sort of autonomy for myself, which is absolutely disgraceful and disgusting. Now, guys, I'm not saying I don't want to prioritize studying. Of course, I'm going to prioritize studying. But look, you don't get to decide what I value, right? That's just not how this works. Okay, we need to force here, guys. Let me put this in and then promote this. I don't think we're gonna win this, to be honest, so I think we could just promote this, to be honest with you guys. And then pray for the best. Maybe go for blasters in the next round with Musketeer and Baby Dragon, because I have not been getting any good luck today, dude. I don't know why. Like, I've been getting LRNG, guys. LRNG. But I don't know. I just thought I had to say something about that because I was just absolutely fuming on the call, and that's just something I just had to deal with this week, which kind of sucked. Like, I woke up early today on the day of my midterm, and I don't know, it was just hard to really do anything about that. But anyways, guys, let's try to go for a 4-star princess and maybe sell this if we can. We're unfortunately not going to be able to. So I think we should probably try going for some blasters here if we can. Witch as well. Goblin, princess, sell that guy. Maybe baby dragon if possible. Okay, put these guys in. That's the best I could do. Like, if we lose, we lose. Like, I literally just did everything humanly possible at that point. But I don't know, just the fact that he basically thinks he can decide what I value is just not, it's just not it, dude. It's absolutely not okay. Get one more shot, Pekka. Dude, what is this luck? Okay, look, I'm losing a lot, but it's literally, I can't do anything about this. And guys, anyways, though, back to a positive note on the 20,000, guys. I am very grateful to every single one of you for this milestone. I honestly can't believe it, because the funny thing is that 4 weeks ago, I'm blessed to say it was 4 weeks ago, I hit 10,000, and the moment I hit 10,000 was actually the moment I was walking out of my Calc 3 midterm. So right as I was walking out my midterm, right as I entered it, I was at like 9,000 something, like on the high end. And then as I exited, I hit 10,000. But funnily today, right as I exited my CS midterm is when I hit 20,000. So I guess it was just a little poetic, something funny I throw in there. But on the topic of the 20,000, guys, something that this guy said was that, oh, he thinks my little community is cool, but I should focus on school instead. And I don't see it as a little community. That's what got me thinking this. I don't see 20,000 as a little community or something, just like some cool number, something trivial. I genuinely see it as 20,000 real people around the world tuning into my videos. Every single one of these people has a different story. I don't know whether you're watching this video, maybe you're eating lunch or you're eating dinner, about to go to bed. Everybody is living a different story, which I thought was just very interesting, guys. I don't know what it is, man. I just can't get a single merge, guys. I don't know. I just can't get a single merge, bro. It's like this game is so luck-based, it's crazy. But I'm still gonna leave it in here, guys, because, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. It's good for you guys to see that I lose as well a lot, so that's not what I see it as. Everyone else I see watching my videos is just living their own story, and I thought that was so cool. And I just thought I wanted to kind of say that, because what he said is just not something I agree with. And I thought that's super interesting how everybody is just living in different contexts as well. So I greatly appreciate all of you guys. And it's crazy to think that there's 20,000 people who have seen and that like my content enough to subscribe and to want to see more, guys. And we're just not going to get merges, so I'm just going to have to kind of force, and hopefully we actually don't just die out here like last time, because I would like to maybe win a game and maybe not get some bad horrible luck. So let's try and go for XE. Let's go for the throwers and there. Like that's literally all we could do in this round. If we lose, I don't know what to say, guys. To be honest, I really don't know what to say. But guys, that's just what I think. So I'm very grateful to all of you guys. And I'm sort of surprised because I didn't think we would grow that fast. We've been growing at an incredible rate, which I'm so grateful to you guys about. But now I'm sort of getting to that point where before, when I first started making content, I was just a small creator. It was 100% like a little side hobby thing. But now that I'm growing at a fast rate, and I don't know what to do. Here, let's go sell that guy. Let's upgrade him. Let's try to get 2 good juggernauts here, guys. And then, wow, we're selling a lot. We're getting a lot of upgrades. This is what I like to see, guys. Let's try and go for 1 more juggernaut if possible here, guys. Upgrade him. Try to go for... Okay, Mega Knight's also very good. And then ideally, I would want 1 juggernaut, but we are not getting that. Okay. Okay, let's just put him in, I guess. We're facing the dead guy. Does our opponents have all the juggernauts? They do not have a single Valkyrie. Okay, guys. All right. There we go. Now we finally get the Juggernaut. However, yeah, let's just grab the Valkyrie. He has the... I was going to check if my opponent had that Giant Skeleton, but he does. Skeleton King, excuse me, but he does. So we're not going to go for that because we can't actually 3-star that. Let's upgrade the Mega Knight there. Beautiful stuff. We're going to put in the Valkyrie instead of this P.E.K.K.A here, guys. And just like that, we'll be in a pretty good spot here. So we might actually be able to 3-star the Valk because I haven't seen anybody with it. And I might be able to go for the... Oh, nice. We 3-star that guy. I was going to say, I could go for the Baby Dragon, I feel like, because I didn't see anybody with it. So we could probably go for that if I can get a Baby Dragon. Nice. Maybe 3-star that if possible. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I need to upgrade a bit first. I can't just grab that Baby Dragon, I feel like. Comp-wise, though, this is definitely the best. Oh! Oh! Oh, crazy. Clutch moment. We actually threw in the Baby Dragon at the last moment there. Hopefully it ends up working out for us. But guys, again, as I said, I'm sort of getting to that point where, actually, just to kind of give you guys a little story time, I started making content in July of this summer. And at that point, I was still in Korea, which is my hometown. And when I started making content, some of my hometown friends... Is this better for the traits? I think the Forest is actually better than the... I think the Ace is actually better. So let's go for the Executioner instead. But I don't think we could actually go for anything really. So let's block the Machine and the Barb, I would say. We could block the Machine and the Barb. Just so he doesn't 3-star. Maybe give us a slightly higher chance of winning. So let's do that. Machine, Barbarian. If we could even find those, to be honest, though. I don't even know. But anyways, when I started making content, I didn't tell anybody. Because I wanted it to be more of like a secret, I guess. Because as you guys maybe know if you've been with me for a while, I like, especially with this video, I talk about a lot of sort of vulnerable things, I guess. And especially making content in general makes you vulnerable because you put yourself out there to such a wide audience, to a theoretically infinite audience, right? So it's a very vulnerable thing. So I didn't really want to go announce it to everyone. And I don't plan on really announcing it to anybody. But as I've grown, of course, a lot of people I know have found out that I make content. Anyways, guys, we could probably go for the Executioner, perhaps, and we could actually upgrade a lot more things like the Skeleton King here, guys. So let's try going for that. We could sell the Musketeer. Beautiful 3-star again. Let's see what I could actually get here. XE I could possibly get, unless this guy blocked it. Did he have the Musketeer as well? Okay, beautiful Executioner upgrade there. I'll probably just block my opponent now, block the Machine. And we should be pretty good. I think that's like the biggest thing I need to block, I would say. But this is the last round probably anyways. But when I started making content, my friend found my channel, one of my close friends, and he felt inspired because he said that from a young age, he too had the dream of being a content creator. He said Markiplier was his role model. And so he said that's something he always wanted to do. And he said that when he found me streaming on Twitch that one day, he just wanted to start as well. And he said that, look, if Tyler's doing it, then why am I not doing it? Because I was always a pretty shy person in high school. And he said that he was like the last person he expected to start content. And if he said that someone as shy and introverted as me could start, then he should do it too. And I said that's so valid because the guy that I'm talking about, he did theater. He's a very outgoing, extroverted person. He's an entertainer by heart. I could see that. So I was like, dude, if someone like me can take the guts to actually turn on that camera for the first time and go live, then I think you should be able to as well. So at that day, we both started making content. I started making it earlier, but I basically, I guess you could say like not made him do content, but I sort of inspired him a lot to start that. Let's go for the Dark Goblin here, and we're actually getting a lot of merges. So WRNG this game, guys. WRNG. Let's leave off with that. That's what he said. So I helped him get set up, and we were having a conversation because we are both passionate about content creation. We had big goals, and at that time, I was only at like 1,000 subscribers or something, very small like that. So a question we both asked each other, and this was only maybe 4 months ago, but a question 3 months ago actually, but a question we both asked each other, or he asked me first, was at what point would you have to be in to go make content full time? And by full time, he basically means, oh, like how much money would you have to be making to just drop everything and actually go make content full time? And okay, let's put these guys in for now, and then we could probably put these guys in. I just want a decent comp just so we can survive this round here, guys. And I might be able to go clan here, actually. We have a pretty good clan starting. And I jokingly answered that question. I'm not going to reveal the exact amount I said, but I said this amount, which was relatively low. Compared to the average American salary, it was like it was slightly lower. But I said, oh, this amount. And then I jokingly said that because I didn't expect to get anywhere near it, like, ever in my life. It's like, oh, yeah, this amount, and I was like, just kind of laughing it off. But it's been how many months? It's been 3 months. And every single day that number approaches, every single number, that number had been approaching until finally we reached that number. And now I'm at that point where I don't know what to do, right? Because that was a joke. When I said, oh, look, to put this into perspective, I'm Asian. Now, Asian people typically don't, the Asian culture doesn't really have flexibility. Of course, the mindset for Asians is, as I explained, you go to school, get good grades so you can get a good job, get rich. That equals happiness. That's the Asian mindset, okay? And not dropping out of school. Like, I would never drop out of school. Like, let's be real here. But the only thing I would consider is maybe taking, like, a gap semester or something to pursue, like, content creation. That's like, the most I would consider. Just to kind of... Because in my mind, it's like, okay, you sacrifice half of a year to go all out, and from that you could make, I don't know, you could make your career so much, you could elevate your career by so much. That's what I would consider. And now that we're actually at that point, and I've talked to a sort of more professional person about this, and he's like, yeah, you have the potential to go full time. And I don't know how to interpret that, because I've never expected that. When I started making content again, my 1,000 sub retake was like, no, yeah, this is just, yeah, I'm never gonna get big. I don't have the potential to be big. And by the way, guys, I'm not saying I'm big right now. Like, I'm still a extremely small content creator, but relatively speaking to a few months ago, it's been absolutely crazy, which is something I can only thank you guys enough. I can't thank you guys enough for, right? And we should probably block this guy while we're at it. Mega Knight, I guess we could block. I doubt we're gonna get the 3-star queen, so we can try to block the Mega Knight, I'd say. Actually, I probably shouldn't have sold that giant skeleton, but I mean, whatever. I am so grateful to you guys, because since a kid, like my friend, making content was the dream, right? And for me, one of the people, some of my role models were, of course, Sundy. Of course, I don't know if you guys know Sundy. As a kid, I watched his videos all the time. Clash Royale specifically, Moltz and Nick at Night, those were the two GOATs of Clash, in my opinion. When the game first came out, of course, and Moltz still uploading a lot of Merge Tactics content, the freaking GOATs. But just things like that, right? And we actually 3-star that guy very good. We can maybe go for the Giant Skeleton now, if possible. And let's see. Giant Skeleton and Mega Knight, those are non-negotiables. We have to go for those. Giant Skeleton and the Mega Knight, just so we don't get screwed over. We could get the Valkyrie, maybe 3-star if he didn't block it, but Giant Skeleton and the Mega Knight we should probably go for here, guys. We could grab that guy, I guess. I doubt we're getting it, to be honest, but those are two things, or... Well, I kind of lost my train of thought, excuse me, guys, but... Yeah, since I was a kid, those were my idols, and now we're at that point, which is absolutely crazy, so I'm very grateful to every single one of you guys, but now I'm just at that point. I'm lost in life. Guys, I'm 19 years old. I don't know what to do. And of course, that mindset is not what, of course, obviously my family wouldn't support even dropping out of a semester, or not dropping out, but taking a semester break to pursue full time. If I do continue content creation and for a few months and we get to that point, at heart, I would 1000% drop or take a gap year just to give it everything I have. This is my dream since I was a kid to do content. And just the fact that I could risk even one half of a year of my life to maybe even experience my dream life, even for a period of time, is just something worth more than anything to me, guys. So fortunately, guys, he is going to give us the win, which is quite nice. So I'll take that, guys, and let's move on to the next game. So that's the current point I'm at right now. And the Asian mindset, of course, is not flexible at all, guys. Just grab the Mega Knight. It's the only option we have, I guess. But it's not flexible at all, right? And that's the one thing I hate. I love my culture, right? Don't get me wrong. I love my culture. I love being Korean. But the one thing I hate, I absolutely despise about being Asian is that there is such a one-dimensional mindset to life that, of course, in most respects is the most practical. I guess you try to get a good job, make money. For most people, that would make them happy. Money would equal happiness for most people, but I guess for someone like myself, like obviously I want to have some good money, but for me, just being happy, if I could make a bit less money, not even a bit, like less money and wake up every day loving what I do, I think I would love life a lot more. Honestly, I hate computer science. I hate school. I hate all this boring stuff. It never interested me. I always felt like a robot just doing this stuff because I have to. But for the first time in my life, I'm actually waking up every day, looking forward to every single day I live for the first time ever in my entire life. Because I look forward to making videos. I look forward to interacting with you guys. And I don't know. I'm just so happy in my life for once, for the first time, really. And this is really has given me more fulfillment than anything in my life ever before. And I don't know. For that reason, I personally, if I had the opportunity, I would take a break from school if I were to reach that opportunity. Like if I wouldn't just randomly drop it. If I were to reach that opportunity, guys, I would definitely do that. But uh, ooh, upgrade that, upgrade that. Okay, perfect. I would do that at heart. But my parents, on the other hand, my family, obviously, they would say, oh, what the hell are you thinking? But for me, if I could sacrifice one semester of my life, if we got to that point, to go all out for my dream, I would 100% do that with no regrets. That's just what I hate about the Asian mindset, because it's not even that like, oh, I want to do that and it's because of my parents that I'm not doing that. No, it's because I've grown up for 18, 19 years of my life with that one mindset, and that mindset has just been cemented into my brain that it sort of brainwashed me, and it prevents me from basically thinking anything else. So I guess by heart I'm thinking one thing, and even practically, like I don't even think it's gonna like throw up my future, because I'm still like supporting myself quite decently for making content. I'm saying, oh, if I were to get to that point where I would actually be able to support myself at a decent, at a good rate, then yeah, that's the only one I would consider it. But of course, like the Asian mindset, and they just think they're the most practical, and they're like, oh no, you can't do that. So I don't know. That's just the point I guess I am at right now. Let's go for the Musketeer. Maybe risk a cycle here, guys, and let's just stick with that. We have only a 3-star, but guys, we're against a dead guy, so we're in a good spot. So I mean, that's just where I am. I'm lost. I guess I'm young and naive, so I don't know. Like that's just how I personally am navigating life right now. It's just two things. The fact that I'm at such a vastly different state of my life than I was just 4 months ago. I was a normal college student, going out with friends, um, having just fun always, to now realizing what I love doing and being able to wake up every single day, looking forward to every single day, and absolutely loving every single thing I do is just crazy. It's crazy how the community makes me feel that way. How making content does. It's not something I felt before. But let's just sell that. We just need to like just get a cycle here going. To be honest with you guys, because we are broke. So let's go for a Goblin Machine here, guys. And then let's try going for a 3-star Musketeer if possibly we can do that. That would be very good. Upgrade the machine, 3-star Musketeer. Beautiful stuff here, guys. And we need to go for, we can go for that guy. And then maybe we could go for a Skeleton King if possible. Mega Knight is also very good. And I think he might actually just have the Skeleton King straight. Oh, we almost got that, guys. That was so close. We almost got it. Just wanted to give you guys an update. I might just do this in the future as well. Maybe for every 10K milestone. I would love to do that because my favorite part of making content is really just these sort of unfiltered talks to the camera. I do love the game, but what I love even more is just kind of doing this random stuff, even if it might not get the most views, right? Like, a lot of people I can guarantee are like, bro, who even is this guy? Like, I don't even know you, bro. Like, play the game, little bro. Like, I don't know, I just love talking, I guess, and just 3-star. Absolutely insane, guys. Um, that's just what I like to do, so hopefully, guys, I mean, I'm very grateful to every single one of you for the 20K. Much love, everyone, and let's finish strong by winning this game here, guys. I don't even think I need to do anything, so. Alright, guys. We're probably going to win because this guy did not upgrade. So, there's that a very good game here, guys. W comp, by the way, guys. This is the best comp you could go for, I would say. Except that you want to sub the Musketeer for the XE, but traits-wise, that's the best. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate the 20,000 subscribers. Can't thank you guys enough, and I'll see you guys in the next video.